The race for the next James Bond is heating up, with Henry Cavill and Aaron Taylor-Johnson emerging as top contenders. Hello viewers. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more videos. The hunt for the next James Bond is as thrilling as a high-stakes poker game at Casino Royale. Since Daniel Craig hung up his tux, the speculation mill has been working overtime. Who will take on the legendary 007 role? Producers Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson have kept their cards close to their chest, but leaks, betting odds, and secret screen tests have fueled endless debates. Will the next Bond be brooding and intense or bring a fresh twist to the role? While the world eagerly awaits an official announcement, two names have emerged as frontrunners: Henry Cavill and Aaron Taylor-Johnson. The competition is fierce, and the decision is more than just about good looks and a sharp tuxedo. The next Bond must embody the perfect mix of charm, danger, and sophistication while fitting the producer's strict criteria. But who will ultimately win the license to kill? Let's break it down using 7 key criteria. Bond is as British as a cup of Earl Grey, but with a side of passive aggression. Both Henry Cavill and Aaron Taylor-Johnson tick this box. Cavill, hailing from Jersey, Channel Islands, has the polished accent that screams MI6 sophistication. Taylor-Johnson, born in High Wycombe, has a slightly rougher edge but can turn on the posh when needed. So, on the Britishness scale, it's a tie. That being said, Britishness isn't just about where you were born, it's about embodying the cultural cool that Bond exudes. Cavill has a more traditional, gentlemanly air, while Taylor-Johnson carries a more modern and edgy British charm. Either way, both could order a martini without raising eyebrows, so this category remains a dead heat. Male. Absolutely. Not much to debate here. Both contenders are very much male. In fact, they might be two of the most male-looking males to ever exist. Moving on. While the internet has debated whether James Bond should evolve into a different gender or identity, the producers have remained steadfast in their vision. Cavill and Taylor-Johnson both fit the classic mold of a dashing, dangerous gentleman spy, keeping 007 in line with tradition. The next Bond needs to be young enough to handle at least a decade of high-speed chases and vodka martinis. Aaron Taylor-Johnson is 33, making him the perfect age to sign a long-term deal. Henry Cavill, on the other hand, is 40, which technically disqualifies him if EON is being strict. Then again, Cavill ages like fine wine, so maybe they'll make an exception. Either way, Taylor-Johnson gets an edge here. Of course, age isn't just about numbers. It's about stamina. Taylor-Johnson has the benefit of being in his early 30s, meaning he could theoretically endure more years of rigorous action sequences. Cavill, however, has already proven he can handle demanding physical roles, so while the age factor leans in Taylor-Johnson's favor, it may not be a deal-breaker for Cavill. Over 5 feet 10 inches? No problem. If there's one thing Bond can't be, it's short. The super spy needs to tower over villains and command every room he enters. Henry Cavill stands tall at 6 feet 1 inch, and Aaron Taylor-Johnson is right there at 5 feet 11 inches. Both are above the cutoff, so no need to worry about any Napoleon-complex scenarios. Beyond height, it's also about presence. Cavill, with his broad-shouldered frame, naturally looks like a man who could walk into MI6 and take charge. Taylor-Johnson, while slightly leaner, has a sharp intensity that makes him an intimidating presence. Either way, they both have the physicality to pull off the role. Can they play Bond for the next 10 years? EON doesn't just want an actor for one film, they want a long-term investment. While both actors are in great shape, Henry Cavill at 40 might not have the same longevity as the younger Taylor-Johnson. If they're planning to stretch this into the 2030s, Taylor-Johnson has time on his side. That said, Cavill has proven he can handle long franchise commitments, The Witcher and Superman, so he wouldn't exactly crumble under pressure. This one's a tough call. The real question is whether they would want to commit for 10 years. Cavill has already had his fair share of franchise fatigue, stepping away from The Witcher and losing out on Superman. Taylor-Johnson, on the other hand, has mostly done one-off action roles, meaning a decade-long commitment would be a shift for him. The producers will need to ensure their next Bond is fully invested for the long haul.
Cavill was born in Jersey, the largest and southernmost of the Channel Islands, which are dependent territories of the British Crown and are located off the coast of Normandy, France. He is the fourth of 5 sons of Marianne Cavill, née Dalgliesh, a secretary, and Colin Cavill, a stockbroker. The family lived in St. Helier, where Henry Cavill grew up playing computer games with his brothers. At age 13, he left Jersey to attend the Stowe School, a boarding school in Buckinghamshire, England. At Stowe, Cavill developed an interest in acting and participated in school productions, including Grease, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and Tom Stoppard's Dog's Hamlet. At age 16, he and his classmates had the opportunity to be extras in the movie Proof of Life, 2000, starring Russell Crowe. While on set, Cavill introduced himself to the recent Oscar winner, who encouraged him to pursue acting professionally. Cavill soon landed a role in Vendetta, 2001, followed by another in Kevin Reynolds' big-screen adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo, 2002. For the part of Albert Mandigo, Cavill, who has said that he was teased for being overweight as a kid, was encouraged to lose several pounds. In addition, Cavill had guest roles in a number of British television shows as well as supporting parts in the coming-of-age film I Capture the Castle, 2003, and an adaptation of the Celtic romance Tristan plus Isolde, 2006. During this period, Cavill auditioned for several iconic roles, including Superman and James Bond, which ultimately went to Brandon Routh in Superman Returns and Daniel Craig in Casino Royale, both 2006, respectively. Those setbacks led him to consider following in the footsteps of 2 of his elder brothers and joining the armed forces. In 2007, however, Cavill garnered his first leading role in The Tudors, a cable series following the exploits of Henry VIII, played by Irish actor Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. Cavill portrayed Charles Brandon, a loyal courtier to the king. The series helped make Cavill a familiar face, and during its 4 seasons, 2007 to 10, he also appeared in such films as the adventure fantasy Stardust, 2007, and the Woody Allen comedy Whatever Works, 2009. After The Tudors, Cavill proved his skill as an action star, playing Greek hero Theseus in Immortals, 2011, and the son of a CIA agent, played by Bruce Willis, in The Cold Light of Day, 2012. In 2011, Cavill announced that he had been cast as Clark Kent/Superman in Man of Steel, 2013. He later admitted that he had missed the call from director Zack Snyder offering him the job because he had been playing the online game World of Warcraft. To portray the Man of Steel, Cavill transformed his body, adding so much muscle that he sometimes split the seams of his Superman costume. He also had the opportunity to work alongside Crowe, who played Superman's father. Jor-El. Cavill went on to reprise the role in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, 2016, starring opposite Ben Affleck as Batman, and in Justice League, 2017, featuring such DC comic book heroes as Wonder Woman, played by Israeli actress Gal Gadot. In between Superman films, Cavill starred in director Guy Ritchie's big-screen adaptation of The Man from UNCLE, 2015, playing a CIA agent who teams up with a KGB agent, played by Armie Hammer, and in Sandcastle, 2017, portraying a Special Forces captain on a 2003 tour of Iraq.